Hey there, welcome to the Gyro Step, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and the Gyro Step Podcast Network. I am one of your hosts, Ty Windisch. I am joined as always by the well-traveled, photogenic, we'll go with photogenic, Rohan Katti. Rohan, how's it going?
Doing well. Photogenic. It's very kind of you to say.
Yeah.
Um, Thank you. Well traveled because last night I attended the Wisconsin Herd game versus the Raptors 905 in Oshkosh. Joined you there for my second Herd game this season. First off, what a great experience! Shout out to the Herd.
Yeah.
Uh, Great, very accommodating, very nice people. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. Unfortunately, the game did not go the Herd's way, but it was a good experience nonetheless, and excited to talk about it.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. There was a lot going on. You shared already a picture on Twitter. I will be at some point. You know, we got our guy Julian to take a couple snaps of us by the court. Logan on Twitter replies, "Dang, just a couple of 6'5" dudes hanging around the court." That's right. That's right, Logan. Thanks for pointing that out. But no, yeah, it was a great time, and there was a lot going on at this particular Herd game. I mean, maybe the headline news for a lot of people was Mamu comes out with a dominant 30 and 20 performance. We'll get to that. We did speak to Mamu and Lindell Wigginton after the game. They both had, I thought, really strong games, good showing from the Bucks two-way players. But there was news going in that the Herd had released Tyreke Evans and added Brandon Randolph instead. And then, of course, this being the Raptors 905 in Oshkosh, Alex Antetokounmpo, who was on the 905 as a player just in the G League on that team, was coming into town, and there was a suspicion that his older bros might make the game, and indeed they did. And of course, that was, you don't want to say like a media circus. I think for Wisconsin standards, maybe like not a good amount of people approached, I'd say, Giannis and Thanasis during the game more than in games past when he's came, because they went and actually sat courtside for this one. Usually Giannis would stay up in a deck somewhere. But I wouldn't say overall mobbed during the game, maybe after the game. But there was a lot going on. So we got to watch Alex play in person for the first time. We got to speak with him after the game as well. But I guess before we get to interviews here, we also talked to Herd coach Chaisson Allen as well. But what were your overall thoughts on the game, on Alex, Giannis being there, wherever you want to go first?
I mean, just starting with the big time presence of Thanasis Antetokounmpo
Yeah.
there. It was fun. The entire crowd obviously gave them props, appreciation. I believe it's his first time with the being at a Herd game since the championship. Uh,
Yeah, I think so.
so it was good to see Wisconsin appreciate. Obviously, like how
Yeah.
could you not? But it was a great experience. The Herd handled it well. It seemed like those two had a lot of fun there. They were just switching between different courtside seats,
Yeah.
originally sitting like under a basket and then just going right next to the Raptors bench
Yeah.
there. We'll get to it a little later, but some of the Bucks players are like, "Wow, Giannis is cheering for the other team." And no one really was upset with it because they understand that
Yeah.
Alex is playing for the Raptors. But it was a fun experience. The one bit of news that was there is that Giannis appeared to have what looked like a wrap, cast, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it, on his right hand, which is not an injury that is currently disclosed by the Milwaukee Bucks. So I don't
Yeah.
really know what to make of that.
Yeah, it was. So I thought it was interesting. He wasn't like he would. I saw him do offhand daps at some points, like when he would greet people, but not always. And like sometimes he would clap kind of weird to like not put that much pressure on the hand, but other times he would clap normally. So I don't know if it maybe he's got a sore wrist and is trying to be extra have it extra stabilized. Who knows? It's not on the injury report. Whatever advantage that gives the Bucks, I'm not sure. But a few thousand people saw and maybe interacted with Giannis while he had it on. So I don't think it's exactly a secret at this point. But it was interesting to see and kind of eye catching. At first we were sitting up in the upper deck, which was a great view of the game itself. But kind of looking at Giannis and like, what has he got on his hand? What is that? So hopefully not a big deal at all. Just, whatever, something very, very minor, but will be something to watch. I thought it was somebody tweeted, I think Jake on Twitter, Jake Komorowski was like, solidarity with Chris. And I was like, yeah, maybe he's just, Maybe he's just, showing Chris some support. Who knows? Obviously, Chris missing a second game now with his wrist injury. But yeah, not really sure. But hopefully not a big deal for Giannis.
Yeah, if it's not on the injury report, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But who knows with the Bucks, honestly.
Yeah. And you, just one last, I think, Giannis note, you got held out of a bathroom.
I did get held out of a bathroom. I went to go use the bathroom during the third quarter, and it turns out Giannis and Thanasis were in there. I didn't know that. You tried to warn me. I did not realize what you were trying
It's
to
pretty
tell me.
loud in there. It's pretty loud in there. So I kind of gesture over because we didn't see either of them, and they were moving all over, like Rohan said. So I was kind of looking like, oh, where are they? I see Giannis like turn the corner and enter this bathroom, and I go, oh, bathroom, and I point at it. And by the time Rohan looks, you couldn't see him anymore. And Rohan's like, oh yeah, I could go, and he just goes to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, that's okay. And then he gets stopped.
I get met by security, and it's like, hey, can you just wait here for a second? I'm like, okay, sure.
I feel like you were the only person who got stopped, but you might have been the only person who tried to go in.
I think I am the only person that.
But I like to think that they're like, oh, that's a Gyro Step. He's gonna try and interview Giannis in there. We got to hold him out here.
Yeah, and then I see Giannis and Thanasis walk out. I was like, okay, this makes more sense now.
Okay.
I understand what Ty was saying now.
It looked like you were on your phone when they were getting out, because obviously you're gonna pull up your phone if you just have to stand somewhere and wait. Like that's what every human would do at this point. But I was like, what if he doesn't see them? How incredible would that be if you're just like locked into like Twitter and you get back and I'm like, oh, how is Giannis and TA? You're like, what? I'm like, yeah, they walked right past you. But no, I think you did see them.
I did see them. There were some fans waiting out there to get pictures of them too.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it was it's not a massive place, so
No.
it's easy to follow them if you're not oblivious like I am. But it was definitely an experience.
It was. But speaking about experience, our first experience watching Alex Antetokounmpo, the youngest brother, play live. And I thought, it's just really, he's not gotten much run most places. He was played in Spain, played on the Kings Summer League team this year, now on the Raptors. This is actually one of the most minutes he's logged in a game this season. And he had 11, scored 5 points, grabbed 7 boards, pretty good. 2 assists, 2 fouls, 1 steal, 1 turnover. Did miss his only 3. I think he came into the game shooting more than 40% from 3 on very low volume this season. But he was 3 for 3 from free throw, including some clutch ones with the Chick-fil-A chant. In Oshkosh, you only shoot 1 free throw for all the points before the last 2 minutes of the game. So it'll be like you get fouled on a 3, it's 1 free throw for 3 points. It's actually a pretty cool G League rule. But less than 2 minutes, you shoot both. And the Herd have a thing with Chick-fil-A where if you miss both, everyone there gets a free Chick-fil-A sandwich or whatever. And the crowd, they have good crowds. They're always invested. The crowd goes ape, and there is a loud, led by the PA announcer, Chick-fil-A. And I was like, oh man, we got an Antetokounmpo at the line, big pressure, crowd is into it, chanting. And he sinks the first one, no problem, and then also the second. And I was like, good for Alex. That's a high-pressure, chicken on the line situation, but he denied the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue those are the biggest free throws in Antetokounmpo history. I can't think of any other situation where it'd be more high pressure.
Certainly the biggest that somehow would have led to Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. 100%. I can't think of any other situation.
Not a sponsor. Don't eat Chick-fil-A unless they throw us the bag.
Yes.
But anyway, what were your thoughts on seeing Alex live?
It was interesting. It seems like in terms of his game, he's still raw. He's still trying to figure it out, and he's still young.
Yeah.
He's 20 years old.
Yeah, I think he's gonna turn 21 this year.
Yeah, I think that's right. Like he's still a kid. He's still figuring it out. Seems like he has a little fluidity issues. But I think he does have the tools to really put it together. It's just a matter of is he actually going to put it together? And he is in a great situation, which we talk about with him, with this Raptors organization in terms of player development. But his game is a little iffy. It's a little iffy.
Yeah, I think he recognized that too in the interview. He was like, I'm definitely, I'm working on all parts of my game still. And, you don't never want to count out an Antetokounmpo. But yeah, I think adding some fluidity, or I think for him instead, if he could, if he was a reliable knockdown shooter, I think then you can look at, maybe just more of a more conventional like 3-and-D forward kind of player, like a play finisher, not a play starter who can hit some threes, switchable defender. The Raptors will instill that. So maybe that's more his path. We'll see. Again, don't want to discount his opportunity to be a special player already, but the Giannis called him the best brother. So far, no, but you never know.
It's a high bar.
It's a really high bar, man. It's a
To
really
beat
high
to beat
bar.
Thanasis is a high bar.
It is. It is. But I think unless you have anything else, that's all the Alex analysis. So should we pop in our interview here with Alex Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, here's the conversation.
Alex, good game out there. Obviously, it went for your team. I think the hustle, the loose ball plays really made a difference. That's what some of the herd guys were saying. But what do you think went into the Raptors pulling out the win here?
I think definitely after the halftime, we kind of locked in and weren't so loose with the ball and just try to take care of the ball and take away the mindless turnovers. I feel as if we struggled to get 50 balls early on, and coming out the second half, that's what we're trying to capitalize.
Definitely, playing here for the Raptors, I think a team really known for player development. First, did that factor into your decision of signing and playing with the 905? And what has that been like for you this season as you obviously grow as a young player?
It's been incredible, this whole year I've been able to be a part of a great program. I've been able to be blessed with being a winner so far in my professional career, and first seed right now, first the playoffs. So it's something good to hear and get to know, and the development as far as that, it doesn't get no better than the Raptors. So,
Hurts to hear you say as a Bucks fan, but I understand that it's true. For your game in particular, is there anything in specific that you're working on or the team is wanting you to work on or the organization? I know you're shooting 40+% from three coming into this game, I believe, but is there anything that is a special emphasis for you?
I think just everything, all around game, you definitely have to work on, As if right now I'm kind of a raw player, polish a lot of my skills and be able to be more consistent. I've shown flashes of what I can do early on in the season, then later on in the season, but I just have to be more consistent with it and take advantage of all the opportunities that I'm given.
Definitely, playing here in the G League, obviously last year you're overseas in Spain. What are the differences that you've seen in the two leagues?
I feel as if the leagues are completely different. The ACB is definitely a lot of technique, a lot of tactical stuff, and the game's a lot more slowed down rather than here. The game's a lot faster, I would say more physical. But at the end of the day, you got to look at it as it's basketball. So it's basketball. You got to go out there and adjust. And as a basketball player, that's the least that you can do is being able to adjust to a different basketball environment.
So, obviously you had Giannis and Thanasis in attendance here. What was it like playing with those guys? And did you have a heads up? I know when Thanasis has played here before, he said Giannis would just pop up, not give him a heads up or anything. So did you know, obviously coming a little farther than TA was?
I don't really need a heads up. I kind of know that if I'm anywhere near Milwaukee, they're coming to watch me. So that's always exciting, just to see family and be able to have them watch me play. It's once in a lifetime type of stuff.
Is that support network really important to you as you develop your game? Like, does that support actually help you in your skill development and your player development as a basketball player and a person?
The support from my family?
Yeah.
I would say that support from my family helps me more as a person, as a human being, rather than as a player. As a player, so much that they can do for me. I'm out there by myself, and I'm out there with my team actually. But as far as a person, they push me to be a good teammate, be a great role model for younger guys, and being able to just go out there and be a good person.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like coming with the Antetokounmpo family name, now there's a lot of expectations. How do you sort of go about managing all of that? That must be a sort of a tough situation to navigate.
I mean, at the end of the day, I gotta listen to me and my team, and you know what they say. And everybody gonna have different expectations for you, but you gotta be yourself and try to fill your own shoes.
On draft night, I know the Bucks end up with 2 second-round picks. There was a lot of talk, on Twitter. Maybe you would be one of them. I know some players don't want to be drafted in the second round. They'd rather pick their destination. Did you have any expectation or hope going into draft night, or did you just, the cards fell as they fell?
that's something I can, you know, I just feel I mean, I can't, that's something I can't control. I just put in all the work that I could before the draft. And, I was hoping that I landed at a good organization for some league and a good organization community out. And obviously I landed in Sacramento for summer league and then ended up in Toronto. So I feel as though we won summer league and now we're in the number 1 seed, so I have nothing to complain about.
It was a cool talking to Alex. I think I figured I would ask the draft question. I just wasn't sure how it would, if it seemed like a stupid question, but I did wonder a little bit at the time if he wanted to be drafted late in the second round or not. Because we have seen some players basically say, "Don't take me there," but it seems like no. It's just, you know, the Bucks went for Yorgos instead, which is still kind of wild to me, but who knows?
And Mamu.
Well, yeah, and Mamu. I mean, yeah, with 60, I think Mamu felt like the real target. Yorgos was there.
Remember Yorgos?
Yeah, I was looking at some herd stat and I saw Yorgos pop up a couple times and I was like, oh yeah, crazy time. One of my L's of this season was saying there's no way he ever comes over, and then boom, Bucks contract.
Yeah, well, we didn't realize at the time they had to.
Yeah, the rules. Well, to bring him over, they had to.
Yeah, that's true. Wes Matthews is using that spot well. We'll
yes, yeah, that's a fair statement there.
Yeah, it's like you used your 60th overall pick on Wes Matthews. Like, how could you turn that down?
Imagine if they could have drafted 21-year-old Wes Matthews. Now that would have been a steal.
Pre-Achilles Wes Matthews. Oh my goodness, he's a menace in Portland.
Yeah, I mean that's an easy repeat. So you slots at the 2 there at the starting.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that'd be
some Bucks fan, please invent a time machine. Okay, that's enough Wes Matthews though. He was out of this game, did not play minutes in this game. He's looking good lately though. We are excited about the way he's playing. But you know who else is looking good, Rohan? Sandro Mamukelashvili. What a game for Mamu. 30 points, 21 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 7 turnovers. Little loosey-goosey, little case of the thon hands this game for Mamu. But scoring the ball, rebounding the ball at an elite level, 8 offensive boards. Mamu, a lot of putbacks for Mamu in this game. What were your thoughts on your second time seeing Mamu live? He was at your other game, right?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
It was good to see. He was very, very aggressive early. Like you mentioned, there were a lot of putbacks. He was active on the boards. He was hustling for offensive rebounds. I think that's the biggest takeaway from his game is just sort of using his athleticism with his size to really go and maneuver around and get rebounds. That's something that you really need to take advantage of when you're not a super strong defender at the 5 in the NBA, like Mamu is. You have to be able to leverage your quickness, your athleticism, your agility to really, go and get rebounds, go and make an impact where you can. And I thought he did a great job of that. The scoring is just incredible, absolutely incredible. 12 of 17 from the field, and that's including just 1 of 4 from 3. So what is that? 11 of 13 from 2. Just ridiculous finishing ability. He had a nice dunk. He's just he seems like he can glide through the lane more efficiently. Yeah. He can just take the ball on the break and just go coast to coast. And it's like, oh my goodness, there might be something here,
Yeah. I think, seeing him score that efficiently while the 3 is not falling, I thought was really encouraging. And, the other thing with Mamu is just his attitude and approach. After the game, we didn't get stats right after the game. I didn't realize he had the 30-20 until I got home. Because Mamu's not talking about that, right? Like Mamu's like, we wanted to win and we didn't get the job done. So that's what he's thinking about after the game. I really like that attitude from him. But we talked to Mamu about that, about the mini camp with Brooke. Not mini camp. What do they keep calling it with Brooke Lopez?
They
had a name for it. I don't even remember.
You'll hear it in our
yeah. We talked about it in the interview. But here is our chat.
The
play group with Brooke Lopez. I believe in Chicago they brought the herd down. But here is our chat with Mamu. Not the outcome you guys wanted. I know you've told me before your goal down here is to win. But what do you think? What do you think went wrong for you guys or right for the Raptors here?
Like the first goal is always win, and we kind of like are on this losing streak right now. But we come in here working every day. Coaching staff that just keeps us motivated, so that even though season not going how we wanted, we should come in prepared and ready, and they do their own part. So it's a game of basketball. I feel like in the second half, we got out-competed, a little out-rebounded. They got every 50-50 ball, so I feel like that was the reason why we lost. But other than that, I feel like guys competed, they battled, and I feel like they do that night in and night out. So we're just going to come back and just try to win next game.
So I know we've talked before about what you feel like you're really progressing on this season. It wasn't too long ago, but any update, anything you're feeling particularly about your game lately?
I feel like just everything, I don't get to play with the Bucks that much. This past week, I was always with her, so just being out here with the guys my age who want to be where I'm at and want to make a pro and go and have big careers. It's so motivational, and I'm learning from the Bucks so much, but also coming down here, you learn how to be in these creative situations and get yours. So it's amazing to be here, and I feel like we're surrounded with a great group of guys and great group of coaches, as I said. So, that's the main thing I'm learning right now. But on the court, it's just come out, hustle. It doesn't matter if it's G League, C League, whatever it is. There are hoopers out here, and everybody wants to be where you're at. So you just got to come out there and prove what you can do.
Outside of the one-on-one battles, what do you feel like it brought to the Herd in a whole? Getting to play in scrimmage with Brook Lopez.
A lot. You should have seen how motivated the guys were. We love Brook, and we wanted him to come back, and he's the biggest piece, one of the biggest pieces of the Bucks. But at the same time, you got GMs watching, assistant GMs watching, you got scouts watching. Even though maybe it won't work out with the Bucks, they add something to them. They can say oh, he came in the playgroup and he did great. He competed his ass off. He did everything what he had to do. So maybe some other guy or other team gonna get you. So I feel like the guys understood that and how big of an opportunity it was, and I feel like Coach St. Andrews did a great job with just bringing everybody together and saying thank you for coming down here and want to compete and stuff like that. So I feel like the message was clear, and we just came out and just proved it.
What are the challenges of going up against a really switchable team like this Raptors team? Is that one of the things that really translates from G League to NBA play?
NBA is you just gotta be able to switch mid game and kind of figure out what to do mid game. So there are guys who can help us on the coaching staff, great guys, as I said. So I feel like whatever they have for us, we come in here in the second half. We came in, watched the film, try to kind of figure it out. Didn't go our way, but it's a learning process. So I'm just gonna go watch more film and trying to figure out all of this.
Yeah. Also, last one. Was it fun having Giannis and Thanasis courtside?
100%, man. I had to do my thing, man. I can't have Giannis come out here in Oshkosh, and I wish I could just go and tell him we won because his brother plays for the Raptors, and I would have a bragging rights, but I feel like he's gonna say they beat us. But at the same time, I won an MVP, and two great players come in the gym. You got to make sure you show out, So, hopefully me and Giannis are going to be teammates for a long time. If not, one day I'll come for him and the other team. So, it's just great having him around. He's like an older brother, and I'm blessed to have him.
Nice to catch up with Sandro. Always fun to chat with him. He brings a lot to the interviews.
He's very energetic as an interview. He just seems like a very energetic person, which is nice.
Rookie year, he's not sick of us yet. Some of the guys who have been around a little longer, they've done a lot of interviews. I'm not saying, people are talking to Mamu, of course, but, young career, a lot to go. Hopefully he never gets sick of us, but we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see. He even talked about in the interview, hopefully he has a long career going up with the Bucks and with Giannis. And if not, he's going to want to go at Giannis.
Got to take down Giannis.
It was fun to hear him say, you got to show up when Giannis and Ti are in the building. It's just, that was a fun experience. You could see post game those three sort of talking it through, having some fun back there. Right after the game ends, just on the court. It's just fun. But Mamu, great performance from him. Great interview. It's just I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Bucks culture. Me too. I mean, for a 54th overall pick, next season, are we looking at Mamu on an NBA deal in the rotation?
Are we seeing that this year? And maybe not in the rotation, but are we seeing that this season? Yeah,
with the open roster spot, Tyreke Evans, like I said, released. We don't have that much info on that yet. I mean, I know he suffered seemed like a pretty bad ankle, rolled ankle. So maybe it was just a health thing. Who knows? But Tyreke Evans does not seem like he's going to be filling that open spot for the Bucks. Mamu could be an option to, get him on get him on an NBA deal now that extends into next season.
Or Lindell.
Or
Lindell
Lindell.
Wigginton.
Ooh,
Because
transition
I
game.
know, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like I've been doing this for a while now.
A little bit.
But Lindell, especially when you consider how much depth the Bucks have at center, if they wanted to have a guy on an NBA deal for the rest of the season, it might be Lindell Wigginton. Great defender, fits in with the Bucks well, and was showing a little offensive versatility in this game. Some verve in this game. I like it. He was the third leading scorer for the Herd, last night with 20 points. 8 of 14 from the field, which is fine. 3 of 6 from 3, which was good to see. He had the step back going as well.
Yeah.
He's really good at getting separation off the dribble, which is good to see. Like, you can really tell he's been putting in a lot of work on the offensive end this season, and that really came through with the separation, but also his finishing.
Mm-hmm.
He had some nice finishes at the rim, which you could probably speak more to this. Was not really a point of success for him early in the season.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it was like a weakness, but it just didn't really stand out. Whereas this game, like, he finished through contact, I feel like 4 different times at least. It was just really impressive to see, you know. And he mentioned, you know, when we talked to him, that was something that was big for him too, was working on that, which makes sense. You know, he's a smaller guard, so you know you can't have that. You can't have the paint be a no-go zone. You're not going to have that much upside as an NBA player. So it was nice to see him focusing on that. Also played more of the main point guard role. Frank Mason was out for this game. So, you know, Lindell with 20 points, 7 assists, 3 turnovers. The one, I guess, real weak point, and didn't get to ask him about this after the game. Wish I had now looking at this. 1 for 5 from free throw. Not ideal. Like, he drew multiple and ones on those great finishes and then just did not convert the extra point. So I don't recall, you know, Lindell being a weak free throw shooter. So it seemed like it was just an off night for him. Seemed like there was, like, I don't know if there was wetness or what, but like guys were slipping on both ends. The basketball was slipping out a lot, especially out of Herd hands. So I'm not sure, you know, maybe that plays into the free throw. I don't know what was going on down there. But
just moisture in
the building. Who knows?
Well, it's humid.
It was a little humid. But 1 for 5 from free throw, not ideal. But a lot of the rest of Wigginton's game looked great out there. You see why he got the two-way nod.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, you see why he might get a potential NBA deal. Again, that might be, like, I would say Mamu is the better player right now.
Yeah.
But speaking within the Bucks just have more depth at the big man position. Like you heard with the Mamu interview, he hasn't been playing a lot with the Bucks. They got Brooke, they got Bobby, they got Giannis, they have Serge. Like, their break glass in case of emergency guys, Serge Ibaka.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mamu's not going to have a massive opportunity, but Lindell could.
Yeah, it's a good point. And I think, you know, right before we get to the Lindell interview, you mentioned he was the 3rd leading scorer. Just a quick shout out to Rajon Tucker, who was in 2nd. Tuck had some great highlights and a really solid all-around game. 27.
He had a putback jam in the 4th quarter where this man was flying.
He swung around the rim. His bounce is crazy. 27, 8 and 8 for Tuck with 2 steals, 5 turnovers, 10 for 18 from the field, 3 for 6 from deep. He is very close to breaking the Herd scoring record, I believe. I think he's going to do that Friday, actually. So shout out to Tuck, who's having another great season. Hope he gets a chance somewhere soon. But back to Lindell, you know, the defense was there too from him. You see why the Bucks gave him the two-way spot after all, even though, again, Tuck is also having a really strong season. But we did catch up with Lindell after the game. First time either of us have gotten to interview him. So it was great talking to him. So let's get to that right here. Obviously, not the result you guys were looking for out there tonight. You know, what do you feel like either went wrong for you guys or went well for the Raptors for them to get the win?
I thought rebounding. We didn't rebound the ball well. A lot of second chance points. They got a lot of second chance points, and we just let them get that. And I think second half, the ball kind of stuck a little bit in the second half. So that was the difference in the result.
You know, switching gears a little bit, obviously you got the two-way nod earlier in the season. You know, what's it been like, you know, kind of getting to spend some time with the Herd, but then a lot of time with the Bucks, including, you know, logging some minutes up there?
It's been good. A learning process for sure. You know, it's just great being up there and getting to learn from the guys that have been there for, you know, a long time. And just coming down here and splitting my time between both teams is good. I'm getting better each time I step on the floor, so it's been good.
Yeah, I think specifically, finishing at the rim was excellent. You converted a lot of tough looks. What goes into finishing through contact, often through bigger players down there in the paint, and is that something that you've been focusing on this season?
Yeah, that's definitely something I've been focusing on. I've been working with the Buck staff and practice, and on my off time and things like that. So that's a big emphasis that they wanted me to work on, and I think it's been going well. Really, it's just a mindset going in there to finish and not looking for a foul, just going in there and finish through.
Absolutely. I remember at the start of the season, you were looked at as a defensive stopper down here. That defense is obviously a strong part of your game. Playing on the Bucks, they have guys like Wes Matthews, Javon Carter, George Hill. Do you feel like you just fit in there in terms of defensive-minded guys who also can, score, move the ball, that kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I think for a young player, getting in the NBA, I think that's the main thing to impress. Just go in and play defense, and that's kind of what I go in and do, and that's why. I think I feel comfortable out there with the guys because I can fit in playing defense, but also when a guy swings it to me, I can kick it, I can get to the rim, and just make plays. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Speaking of your development, when you come down here with the Herd, do the Bucks give you like any points of emphasis to really work on when you're down here? Or is it just more of like an overall work on your game sort of thing?
I think it's more of an overall work on your game. Just come here, obviously, stay in shape and just be the best me I can be. Just keep getting better in every area. And yeah.
Was it fun, I guess, having Giannis and Thanasis there courtside for the game?
Yeah, it was cool. Usually I'm playing with them, so
Yeah.
It's cool just to see him on the sideline, watching. Obviously he's watching his brother, but he's watching us too. So.
Is there any difference, from him on the bench when he's on the Bucks versus his spectator Giannis? Or Thanasis?
He was going against us. I'm pretty sure he was with his brother all the way. But it's just cool to see them down here. Cool to see them showing love and to us and his brother. So that's been good.
So playoffs coming. I know you've been down with the Herd a bit and coming back from an ankle injury. So hope you're feeling well. And do you feel though kind of like a different almost intensity in the building when you are up there or down there in Milwaukee with the playoffs around the corner here?
Definitely. Everybody's so focused and locked in. So it's definitely a little more intensity and just everybody's so focused up there and it keeps me focused. So it's definitely great to be around those guys.
Rohan, what was your takeaway from the Lindell Wigginton interview?
Well, one, like you said, it was our first time interviewing him, so it was nice to talk to him, nice to get to know him a little bit. Seems like a nice guy. Obviously, everyone feels like they're.
He's Canadian, isn't he?
Is he?
I'm pretty sure. It would check out. I'm pulling it up right now, but I felt the Canadian pleasantry. Yeah.
No, he's definitely
from Halifax.
Sure, I know where that is.
Got to know Halifax.
Obviously.
Oh, he went to Iowa State. I didn't know that.
Nice.
Did he play with Tyrese Halliburton? I think he did actually. Would have been a good question. I should have done more research on Lindell.
I mean, they're both rookies, aren't they?
Well, yeah, Lindell's 23, but I think they did go there together.
I mean, no, Halliburton's not a rookie, but
yeah,
no.
But regardless,
yeah. No, Lindell was great. It was nice to see him have a point of emphasis. Like he was really made it seem clear when we asked him about his finishing that he was like, yeah, I've definitely been working on that. He seems like he's taking this opportunity to play with the Herd and also like rebounding from an ankle injury. He seems like he's taking it in stride, taking it really well. He's really blossoming in this role. And like I said, maybe that leads to an NBA deal. Who knows? But no, Lindell's been great. It's just good to see that sort of development. I think he has potential. Yeah,
me too. I mean, anytime you start on the defensive end and then build in that offense, I think that.
Did someone say Kawhi?
No one said Kawhi. Not a single person said Kawhi. But no, I think it's easy to.
I don't know, man. A defensive young guy starting out in a culture system. Who knows?
Let's just move on. This is unhealthy. This is I don't support this. The last interview we conducted, Herd coach Chaisson Allen. Difficult season for the Herd, who are out of playoff contention at this point in the season, but still focused on development. Trying to make the best of what's been kind of a rough situation with injuries and losing a lot of their top end players to call ups, which is great news. Wendy and Gabriel thriving, I think, with the Lakers right now. But we got to chat with Chaisson just about the game, a little bit about the season, some injury updates. Javin DeLaurier, Frank Mason, Terry Larry are all out injured in this one, which is unfortunate. And it looked like Marcus Graves, and Taiwan Kendley got shaken up pretty good during the game. Both of those guys came back to finish. So some Warriors on this Herd team. They only had 8 guys, even with both two ways. So maybe those guys kind of need to be assigned. Thankfully, the Bucks have gotten their depth back just in time here. But before we roll to it? Any thoughts on the Chaisson interview beforehand?
Well, one, it was nice to talk to him.
Yeah.
I hadn't talked to him before,
Oh, yeah.
so that was nice. He seems like he's very forthcoming. And, he seems like just a genuine person, first and foremost. But no, it's nice to see, like, he's a young guy. What is he, 32 years old or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he's taking it in stride. It looks like he has real control over this team and really pushing the culture on this team. And you noted in the past that this Herd team's really, really strong. And obviously that a lot of that comes from players like Rajon Tucker, who really push the culture, but it starts with the coaching staff too. We asked him about having Brooke Lopez with that play group. That's such a weird term.
I know, it sounds like kindergartners.
Yeah,
that is that term, isn't it?
Is it?
I think that's like that. That's the usage. It's like, I'm dropping my kid off at playgroup. Except Brooke Lopez is there, just like dominating. That is kind of what it was.
Yeah, I guess, but it's just weird. Like everyone used that term. It's just weird.
Playgroup.
Yeah, but back to Chaisson Allen. It was a good interview. There was a little Giannis cameo in this interview. Here's our conversation with Chaisson Allen.
Tough one, coach. It just felt like every 50-50 ball or loose ball was ending up going to the wrong team, as you laugh here. What can you do about a game like tonight, afterward? Is this one where you dig into the film or kind of just put it aside?
Yeah, there's some things we can definitely dig into on film and make sure that you're able to see it on film. A lot of times you see it or you hear us coaching in the game, and they don't necessarily understand. But once they see it on film, they see what's going on, and the 50-50 balls and the offensive rebounds definitely played a part in the results tonight.
Definitely. I know team a little banged up coming into the game. Seemed like Marcus and Taiwan out there took some shots, but were able to come back in. It felt like just a gritty performance from the Herd to hang around, make it somewhat close late. What does it say about this team? Still fighting through injuries, just trying to go out there and get wins.
Credit to those guys, keep competing. All we're trying to do is continue to build good habits and make sure they're playing the right way. And morale of the team's in a good spot. They understand we've gone through the changes and the transitions and the adjustments. So all they're trying to do is compete at this point.
Absolutely. I saw kind of Frank sitting baseline. Seemed like he was maybe stretching out a little bit or just lounging. Any update on him and as well as Terry and Javin? A lot of guys.
So Frank, he's going through a little soft tissue injury right now. He's kind of day-to-day. Hopefully we'll have him back for Friday night's game. Javin going through an ankle, so trying to get him back. And then, of course, we have Terry, so he's got his problem. So hopefully we have all these guys back going to next week. Coach, you coach. Right.
I'll take it.
Just Giannis and Ti just walked by. What was it like having those guys around today? Any extra energy? From those guys being in the building?
Yeah, it always creates energy. Of course, you see it from the fans in the crowd. Once a guy like that walks in the gym, our team plays harder. Of course, the opposing team plays harder because that's where his brother is, where Alex is. But it was great having those guys in there ring.
So, speaking of Bucks guys being around, the team got to work with Brooke Lopez a couple weeks ago for kind of a camp-like deal. What was that like, and what do you think that provided for the Herd players?
Yeah, for the Herd guys, it gives you a first-hand look of what it takes to compete and play at the league level. That's a big body. Brooke Lopez coming back. Hopefully we helped him through his process, but he definitely helped our guys. And being in the Bucks facility and playing along with that play group helped us, showing us the ways of what you need to play at that level.
Well, when there seemed like there was a lot of aggressive half-court defense tonight, what really went into that? Because it doesn't seem like that's a usual thing that you kind of employ.
Yeah, so tonight it was just really, we were undermanned. We want to speed them up a little bit, try to play aggressive, and just change up the pace of the game. Being undermanned, just try to do something a little different.
I'm sorry you didn't get the cookie, Rohan.
I was really hoping I could.
He looks back. I think he thought about it, but he said no.
I got really confused. The guy who shook Chaisson Allen's hand was Thanasis. I got really confused when Thanasis started grabbing my shoulder and like trying to get in there. I was like, what did I do here?
You're getting pulled out.
I was
Thanasis, now part of Herd PR, didn't like one of your questions. Get out of here, man.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're done. But no, it was fun to see. It was fun to see those two. Like it seems like they have a good relationship with Chaisson Allen, it's good to see. It's good to see like the culture permeate between the Bucks and the Herd.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's why that we've seen some strong, winning success 2 years ago, and then this year continued with the player development success in Oshkosh.
Yeah, who knows? Like last season, obviously, after the Herd season ended, Chase Buford joined up with the Bucks coaching staff for the playoff run. Who knows if that happens with Chaisson Allen? It might.
Yeah,
I think we got a little bit of an inkling that it might happen. So we'll see, but that would be fun.
Hopefully, we can carry on our tradition of talking to the Herd head coach who joined the Bucks for the title run afterward.
Yeah, two makes it a tradition, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, two's a pattern. Is that
three's
a
company? 4 is a crowd.
I thought 3's a crowd.
No, 3's company.
Oh.
It's a reference that our more seasoned listeners will
Wait,
understand.
what is this from?
It's a show called Three's Company.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought the phrase is 3's a crowd though. Tweet me if I'm wrong. But no, it was.
I'm gonna get the tweets. Ty, you were wrong. 3's company, 4 is a crowd. I'm gonna be like, damn it, again.
Great. This is a great partnership. But no, it was great just overall talking to all of these guys. We had 4 interviews?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it was good. What are your big takeaways from that? From everything?
I thought it was just cool that the Bucks and Herd players do seem, well, I guess we only technically talked to Bucks players playing for the Herd at the time today or last night. But I just thought it was cool that, like Chaisson said, like it seemed like the energy is pretty good despite a lot of injuries. This is a tough season, obviously not getting the wins that they want to get. But I thought overall it seemed like that energy was there, and it was really cool to see.
Yeah, and it seemed like everyone was really happy that the Antetokounmpos were there in the building.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone really fed off that. Even like when the head coach is like, yeah, we got to put on a show when those guys are in the building. You're like, yeah, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
So it was good to see that everyone was really happy about that. Like everyone got what they wanted, right? Like Mamu and Lindell get to show out for Giannis and Ti. Alex gets to play when his bros are there.
That was cool, yeah.
Yeah, the Raptors unfortunately get the win there.
Yeah.
But it was a cool experience. And like you mentioned up top, the crowd is just great regardless. I think there's a good understanding of what the Wisconsin Herd is, which is good. Like they're just good basketball fans up there. It's just, I can't speak enough to how fun going to these games is. I'm definitely going to go to more than 2 next season.
Yeah. We need you up at more. The energy is great. I think the crowd stays in it, even if the game is a little out of hand. Like Tuck had that amazing putback in the fourth quarter. Game probably over. The Herd were down like 16-20, basically all of the fourth quarter. But like the place went nuts when that happens. And there's a different energy when it's like a close game, like a game-winning play. But the fact that energy is still there, I think the fans may be less jaded than, you'll see professional sports teams like the Herd are professional too. Major league, big market, not big, well, sometimes big market. But, professional high level league fans just like leave. Herd fans, some will leave, but most of the time, the building stays pretty full and everyone's into it until the very end. So it's cool to see.
Like you even see that with the Bucks.
Yeah.
Like if it's a big game, like if the Bucks are up big, a lot of people just leave.
Yeah. Or if they're down big, a lot of people leave too. Yeah. But yeah, the Herd fans, the Fox Valley folks, they're just here to watch some ball and have a good time.
How could you not love that?
Yeah. I'm about it. It's pure basketball, baby.
It is. But yeah, like I said, definitely going to be making it up for more than 2 next season. Ty, you're going to be at a lot of those games next season.
Yep.
Even like for the rest of this season, there's 2 more home games. I believe you're going to be there for Sunday's game against whoever they play.
I think it's Motor City Cruise.
They actually play again. The Herd do on Friday against the Raptors 9:05 again. But it seems like there's some pessimism that Giannis and Thanasis are not going to be at that one. So I think I picked the right right game to go.
I
to.
got the name. It's the Grand Rapids Gold. Oh, that's okay. So that's there's some tricky affiliate stuff in there, but yeah, it's the Grand Rapids Gold on Sunday. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, it's we'll see if Giannis and Ta show up again, but I think obviously Herd game's worth going to either way.
Oh, for sure, for sure. It's not like Giannis was there the last time I was there, and it was
Yeah.
still awesome. It's fun. I recommend it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what else we recommend is leaving a 5-star rating and review for the Gyro Step on your podcast platform of choice and getting it read on the show. On Apple, we'll read them as they pop up. You can send it to us as well, though, to get into the Gyro Step Discord, which there's a new form, a handy form to fill out. Makes the process super easy. It's in our Twitter bios at Ty Windisch, at Rohan, our Katti Jr., excuse me, and at Gyro Step Podcast. And you can find it there. But speaking of the forum, someone who filled it out is getting their review read. Shout out to Cowboy of Space on Twitter, our guy Tanner. We got him in the Discord, and he says, been listening to both shows for a long time. Always appreciate how lighthearted and fun the experience as a listener is. Also want to give a shout to the Win and Six show for first getting me hooked on Bucks podcast back in the 2017 Raptors playoff series. Great review. And this is, again, we're pioneering this technology. That was a 5-star Spotify rating and review. You can't leave a review on Spotify, but you can send it to us. Make sure we can share it with the world.
Yeah, we're just pioneers of the industry. No, but thank you, Tanner. Shout out to Tanner, by the way. Just a great guy.
Oh, yeah.
Always active in the Discord, always active on Twitter, active during our playbacks. Just awesome.
100%.
Yeah, but no, like you said, make sure you leave a 5-star rating and review so you can have it read out on the show. But yeah, make sure you subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. Subscribe to the YouTube, please do. Subscribe to the Substack, gspn.substack.com. Make sure you follow all of us on Twitter. Tell your friends and family about the show. But
yeah,
like why not?
Share.
I haven't said that in a while.
Yeah,
but do it. Why not? Like, come on, it's not that difficult. Yeah, organic growth. Come on. But if you do, thank you. We do appreciate that. But yeah, pod random, everyone, and we will talk to you next time.